This is a successful person. He has everything you've ever dreamed of. And this is you, at the bottom of society, admiring, hating, envying him and wondering how is it to be there. You feel like you don't have what it takes, that success is for someone else, someone special, someone lucky. And now, ask this question when you're thinking big. Why not you? And answer it. I'm not just doing this motivational video. Forget motivation. Let's be logical. Why not you? Why can't you be somebody that can do something in this world that's never been done before? Why not you? Answer it. People love the idea of the chosen ones, the naturally talented, the ones who had it easy, the ones who were simply meant to be great. It's comforting to believe that success is predetermined because it lets us off the hook. If success is only for the naturally gifted, then failure is not our fault. Look at anyone who's made it, whether it's Michael Jordan, Oprah Winfrey, or even a lesser-known entrepreneur in your city. Their path wasn't smooth, they didn't wake up with all the answers, and they certainly didn't have life handed to them on a silver platter. They failed over and over again, but they kept going, and that's the difference. It wasn't that they were born with some special ability, it was that they didn't quit. We live in a world where success is showcased, but the struggle behind it is hidden. You see the millionaire at 30, but you don't see the 10 years of failure that led to it. You see the artist who blew up overnight, but not the thousands of hours of unseen work. And because you don't see the process, you assume these people were special, different, gifted, chosen. There's this idea in society that success is this rare event that only a few people experience, like winning the lottery. But it's not like that at all. People aren't born extraordinary. They become extraordinary through relentless action. Talent might give someone an edge, but it's never the deciding factor. The world is full of talented people who go nowhere. The ones who rise are the ones who refuse to stop. If someone locked you in a cage, you wouldn't accept it. Yet so many people live inside cages built from their own thoughts, never realizing they have the key. Your mind tells you what you can and can't do. It builds narratives. I'm not smart enough. I wasn't born into the right circumstances. It's too late for me. And because you believe these thoughts, they become your reality. If you tell yourself every day that you're incapable, you'll act accordingly. You'll avoid risks, play it safe, and sabotage your own progress. And when you fail, you'll take it as confirmation that you were right all along. The ones who make it aren't the ones who never had doubt. They're the ones who fought against it. If you want to change your life, you have to challenge the thoughts that tell you you can't. Everyone says they want to be successful, but most people don't really mean it. They like the idea of success, not the reality of what it takes to get there. Change is uncomfortable. It demands effort, discipline, and sacrifice. It requires giving up excuses, breaking old habits, and confronting parts of yourself you'd rather ignore. And most people, deep down, aren't willing to do that. They say they want change, but what they actually want is to feel like they could change without doing the hard work. Think about the people who constantly talk about what they're going to do. They make big plans, they talk about their dreams, they even take small steps to start. But when the discomfort kicks in, when they have to wake up earlier, push through failure, or sacrifice short-term pleasure, they quit. Not because they didn't want success, but because they weren't willing to endure what comes with it. Change only happens when the pain of staying the same becomes greater than the pain of transforming. Until you reach that point, you'll continue to deceive yourself. You'll tell yourself you want it, but your actions will tell the real story. Look at your daily habits. They reveal your true level of commitment. The greatest obstacle to success isn't failure, it's comfort. Comfort is seductive. It makes you tolerate a mediocre job, an unfulfilling life, or a body you're unhappy with because it's not that bad. It's livable. And as long as things are livable, you won't change them. The people who break through aren't the ones who start from absolute rock bottom. They're the ones who refuse to settle in the space between misery and success. They don't tolerate good enough. They don't accept a life that's just fine. They get out of their comfort zone because they know that's where real growth happens. If you're stuck, ask yourself, am I struggling or am I just too comfortable to make a real change? People love watching documentaries about successful people. They follow influencers, read books on success, and admire those who've made it. But admiration is worthless if it doesn't translate into action. Many people consume success content as a way to feel inspired, but they never take the next step. Watching others achieve doesn't make you any closer to achieving. It just gives you a temporary high, a false sense of progress. The ones who make it don't just watch, they do. They take the knowledge and apply it. They experiment, fail, learn, and repeat. Admiration means nothing without action. Most people are not held back by circumstances. They're held back by the lies they tell themselves. I don't have time, but you have time for Netflix, social media, and distractions. I'll start next week, but next week becomes next month, then next year. I don't have the right connections, but neither did most successful people before they built them. Excuses are easy because they make inaction feel justified. If you keep lying to yourself, you'll never escape the cycle you're in. Failure isn't the enemy. Fear of failure is. Most people don't even try because they're afraid of looking stupid, making mistakes, or wasting time. So they stay in the same place, convincing themselves it's safer. The so-called chosen ones have failed more times than others have even attempted. They aren't fearless. They just refuse to let fear dictate their actions. If you're waiting for fear to disappear before you start, you'll be waiting forever. Working hard isn't enough. Plenty of people work hard their entire lives and never get anywhere. Hard work only matters if it's directed toward the right things. Successful people don't just work hard. They focus on high-impact actions, improve their skills, and adapt when things aren't working. They don't just grind endlessly without questioning their approach. Hard work without strategy is wasted motion. If you're working hard and still not moving forward, it's time to reevaluate what you're actually spending your energy on. Nobody wants to hear that their lack of success is their own fault. It's easier to blame circumstances, bad luck, or other people. But taking responsibility is the first step to real change. You have two choices: accept where you are and do nothing, or take control and start moving in the right direction. It's not about overnight success. It's about deciding that every day you'll take a step forward, no matter how small. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to hand you success. It's on you. And that's a good thing, because it means you have the power to change it. So, why do some people make it and others don't? It often comes down to one thing: consistency. Consistency is the secret weapon of success. It's not the bursts of inspiration or moments of genius that get people to the top. It's the day in, day out grind. It's showing up even when it's hard. It's putting in the work when no one is watching. You might be thinking, that's great, but I'm just not where I want to be in life. I've tried, but nothing seems to work. If that's you, you're not alone. We all feel stuck at times. We all question why things aren't moving forward as we thought they would. But I want you to understand that it's not because you're incapable. It's not because you're destined to fail. It's because success is not immediate, and it rarely comes in a straight line. Maybe you're overwhelmed by the competition. Maybe you're bogged down by self-doubt. Maybe you feel like you're not good enough. The reality is that you're not alone in feeling this way. Everybody has moments when they question their path, their abilities, or even their worth. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is how they respond to those feelings. There will always be challenges. The trick is not to let those challenges convince you that you can't make it. The trick is to learn from them, adapt, and keep moving forward even when it seemed hopeless. The world is full of opportunities. They're waiting for someone to take them. So, I'll ask you again, why not you?